the CBC co-captain has been good enough to come in, Kristen Puccini.
I hope they can get the Vickies over the weekend. I'd love to see them win this weekend.
Would you?
Oh, yeah.
So we don't hear that Rock's team's won 20 in a row.
Just kick PAC's bum.
All right, Christian, thanks for joining us, mate. How are you?
Yeah, no, great. Thanks for having me.
Mate, you've played a fair bit of footy. Had some good coaches so far. Who's been some of your best?
You had quite a few good coaches. My first year out at Adelaide Uni, I spent 10 years out there, was Peter Simmons. So he took us to a flag.
From a North Adelaide boy and coach at Glenelg.
Glenelg. From there, I've had some other good coaches. Tony Roach, obviously Jars now.
Yeah.
Spent a bit of time at Glenelg in the early days and under the Stringer brothers. So that was some good times out there. And Warren Plungers and Sean Jackson and a few others at Adelaide Uni.
Well, tell us about your early days at the Bay under the Stringer boys. That would have been interesting, I would have thought, Christian.
Yeah, I think they were only there for a year. So first year out of school, I was introduced to the reserves team through Alan Stringer.
Yep.
Played a bit of reserves and was looking to then kick on and play league footy the next year. And there was a meeting around Christmas time, and Wayne Stringer and Alan, Wayne was the league coach, had a bit of a falling out with the committees as such, and they moved on. So Tony McGuinness came in the following year and brought in a lot of recruits. So I sort of lost an opportunity there to play some league footy.
So where did you go to from the Bays?
A couple of years at the Bays, I went to Adelaide Uni in 1999 and I was there for 10 years and won a premiership my first year, so that's why I pretty much stayed around.
Actually, they're pretty useful, a very successful club, the Adelaide Uni, over a number of years.
Yeah, we are 100 years in Division 1 and
100 years.
My ninth year out there, we were relegated, so I played my last year out at Uni in Division 2, it's great to see them going well this year, and I think they've won about 12 and lost 2, so they hopefully can go back up.
Famous club.
Darren Jarman, you're playing under the great Fudd now. How's Fudd as a coach?
Oh, he's fantastic. His commitment to the club has been second to none. He's often first to arrive at training, last to leave, locking up the doors, walking across the oval, turning off the lights. So his commitment's been fantastic.
Has he lost any weight, Christian?
He has. He was keen to play quite a few games this year. He missed out last year and went off the booze for about 3 or 4 months in the off season and lost about 12 kilos. So he's played one match this year and I'm not sure if he'll suit up again. He pulled up pretty sore, I hear.
It's amazing. Even though he's put on weight, you can still see that he was once a champion with the way that he moves and still does things. It's an incredible player.
Yeah, no, he's still silky, and I think he kicked 9 goals when he did play. So I'm sure if he did come up again, he did.
The boys gave him the ice for the ice bath, and he put it in the esky with the beers. That's where he's fallen down on his recovery. So in saying that, you've obviously tried to be recruited by a couple of different coaches over your journey. What's made you stay where you've been? I know Rocky said he tried to recruit you to get you to CBC. You were smart enough not to play under him and not go until he left. But, was it a difficult not to leave at that time?
Not really. When I first left Glenelg, the 4 of us sort of got cut at the same time, and the other 3 were actually Blethen, Caldwell and Voigt, the sons of those guys. So
you're joking?
Yeah, they all went down to Foss Camden and spent 10 years there, and I got a call from a friend of mine, Cameron Mudge, who used to work with you, and he was at Adelaide Uni and said, look, come out to Adelaide Uni, it's Division 1 footy, you have a great time. So we won a premiership my first year, so it's hard to leave after that, and we played in about 3 or 4 after that as well.
Did you guys make the grand final last year?
Adelaide Uni, you mean?
No,
at CBC. Yep, we lost to PAC actually.
No.
So, yeah.
God, don't tell me
that. A bit of a rivalry becoming between you and PAC now. You enjoying that side of it?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I think round 1 last year we played at Norwood Oval and there was a huge build up to that and we got a lot of support. PAC have got great supporters. They had about 300 or 400 at their sponsors day a few weeks ago. So, we've played 5 times now over the last few years and they've been really close matches and looking forward to playing them again.
What about your back, mate? We hear you have some back problems. Have you given any thought to retiring soon and maybe moving into coaching?
Well, I've sort of moved to the forward line, so it's a little bit stressful.
Oh, another couple of years.
Yeah. I've actually got a great physio. He works at North Adelaide, Kim Davis, and he's done some wonders. So it's been able to play injury-free this year.
And Kristen, over the years, the standard of amateur footy, have you seen it? With uni now, CBC?
Division 1 was pretty hard to get a kick back in the early days. Last year, Division 4, there seemed to be the top 5 sides and then the bottom 5.
Full away,
I've seen as we've gone up now to Division 3, there's about 8 really competitive teams. Unfortunately, this year, Scotch have just dropped off a bit in Kilburn, but the other 8 sides, Para Hills are 8th at the moment, and they're really competitive.
Can you get PAC this weekend? Shouldn't be a problem, should it?
Yeah, it should be an interesting game. We've got 3 back in. We've still got a couple of players injured, but no, I've heard Rue's not playing, so we might have a chance this week.
I reckon you're a chance if he does play
Well,
this week.
actually, yeah, he had a big night last night, so it might be better if he does play, Kristen, that's for sure.
All right, our special guest, Kristen Puccini, CBC Captain. We'll take a break. Back in a moment, thanks to West End.